One of the greatest blessings of my life has been the chance to go pro at my favorite hobby. The opportunity to make automotive content for the internet every day is incredible, and I am having a blast. But one issue with having too much fun at your job is that you tend to be not so great at taking vacations. And that's something that I've noticed a lot in my own life over the last few years. And that combined with raising young children, not being able to travel as much with COVID, life gets in the way, and my wife and I have not had the chance to go away for a while, just the two of us, for quite some time. And we were celebrating a big anniversary this year, and so we decided we needed to travel somewhere meaningful, and honestly, I didn't have that much time to plan. So I contacted David Eisen of Lux Rally Travel to talk about all the things that we might be able to do. And the other problem with my schedule is that events and shows and activities and drives and people coming to film and all this just kind of pops up randomly, so it's hard for me to plan that far out in advance because other things might just get in the way between now and then. And so usually when I have the chance to travel, especially if it happens to be recreationally, I'm going to be trying to book it very near in the future. And that was the case. I found a window last month and it was like the right time for us to get away, manage the childcare, and I had about an hour, to be quite honest, that day to plan something, and it turned out that was exactly enough. We settled on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and it's easy to romanticize the idea of backpacking through Europe or renting some car, driving to all the greatest cities, but I needed something that was a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more peaceful, and a little bit more hands-off. And David and the Lux Rally team were able to execute on that perfectly. Not only did they help me with the right cruise, the right ports of call and itinerary and timing and things like that, but they also helped with the flights, all the excursions, exactly how to navigate all the dining options on the boat, and they set it all up literally in about an hour. We settled on a Mediterranean route with ports of call including Rome, Naples, Florence, Marseille, Mallorca, and Barcelona, which was perfect. And even though we had traveled to many of these places before, it's so nice to be back and see all the new things. You could never experience all of Barcelona in a day, a week, or even a month, but it's nice to just be able to get a little taste of the culture and decide where you might want to travel back to. And that's where Lux Rally Travel can always come in and say, look, if you want to stay here, this is the place to be. These are the 5 restaurants to try. And this is how our concierge can help make sure that you have exactly the experience that you are looking for. We also obviously loved everything about Italy. I love their cars, but I might even love their food even more. And they found us the right food tours, the right tour guides for small groups, usually just me and my wife. And they would take us around and say, this is the best pasta, this is the best focaccia, this is the best of everything. And they were right every time. It was truly delicious, truly wonderful, and we could not have had a better time. It's kind of the right sampler platter of the Mediterranean on board the Oasis of the Seas, which was, when it was introduced to the Royal Caribbean fleet, the largest cruise ship on Earth. Now they've got a couple that are even bigger, but that meant that it had a ton of entertainment, a ton of dining options, all these different restaurants and things like that that you could choose, a great room with a great view and a nice balcony. And that's the cool thing. You just unpack once, and every morning you're at a new port of call with either just relaxing and wandering through the town, finding the nearest beach, going on an excursion, trying all the local restaurants, whatever it is. And you may not get the most immersive local cultural experience, but we did find great ways to connect with the local people, learn what it's like to live there, find the best food available off the boat, as well as the inspiration that comes onto the ship each day. And we could not have had any more fun, and it was the best chance that I've had in quite some time to turn the day-to-day of content creation and making videos off. Now, I was always very happy to get back to it, but it was exactly the right trip for us. Now, I'd been on a couple Royal Caribbean cruises in the past, had a great time, but this has been quite a while, and I loved just everything that we got. The service on the boat was incredible, the food was terrific, the entertainment was a lot of fun each night, and we got to meet people from all over the world that are there enjoying the same thing, seeing it through their own lens, talk to them at dinner and things like that. So it was a blast, exactly what we needed, a wonderful way to celebrate our anniversary, and a great thanks to them at Royal Caribbean, the whole crew on the ship, and David Eisen and his team from Lux Rally Travel. Now, I've traveled the country many, many times with David for his Lux Rally automotive rallies, but you may not know that they also have the fastest growing travel agency in all the world. And so they were able to help me plan this so quickly and so perfectly. And even when different things would pop up and we wanted a different excursion one day or something like that, they were always so accommodating, so available, and so helpful to help me understand exactly what was going on. Because like I said, I had not put a lot of planning into this trip, but my wife had a great time, the kids survived at home, and everybody was still here when I came back to continue making our fun VINwiki car story content. Now, you may recognize David Eisen from Lux Rally Travel from his many stories here and also, of course, the drives that we've been on. But if you're looking to travel, whether it's the most luxurious of hotels and destinations around the world, or the perfect cruise from Royal Caribbean, they can help you set it up, tell you exactly what you want, what you may not want, and the most important thing to me in a travel agent is their ability to understand what I want. So for instance, most of my travel is me going around the country making content, and that means that I want a very conveniently located, fairly close to the highway, easy hotel that's not too expensive with self-parking, and they nail that every time, even on the last minute's notice, which it tends to be because I never know where I'm going to break down or where I'm actually going to make it one night. But that's the thing, is going back and forth with them, telling them what's important, telling them what I really don't care about, and letting them know what I'm comfortable with allows them to nail it every time when I ask them for a travel recommendation or some assistance. So check them out now at the link in the description below. Book an awesome cruise for yourself or your family from Royal Caribbean. I know that you'll have a blast. We're actually going to go on another one in just a couple of months. So it's an awesome way to see the world. It's easy, it's hands-off, it's relaxing, and that's when we're going to take the kids, and I know they'll enjoy it as well. On this trip, my wife and I were able to get away for a full 7 days, which was perfection. But Royal also offers cruises out of Cape Canaveral or Miami for 3 or 4 days, still on Oasis-class ships, so you can have an amazing experience with a little bit less time away from home. But the best thing about booking with Lux Rally Travel is that not only do they have the best concierge service, but they're also able to personalize your booking, find unpublished or special discounts for your favorite hotels or special destinations, and also, especially in our case, they're able to help you out with onboard credits to help with all the things that pop up while you're on a ship. So finding the perfect trip is all about partnering with your best team. This was the exact getaway that my wife and I needed, and we couldn't have been any happier every day on the ship, and also to get home knowing that we had such a great time. So check out the link in the description below to learn more about Lux Rally Travel, book a cruise with Royal Caribbean, even become a travel agent yourself so you can turn your network and your knowledge into amazing trips and even some income. They are, as I said, the fastest growing travel agency on earth. So thank you to them, Lux Rally Travel and Royal Caribbean, for an unforgettable journey, and I'm sure we'll be back for more very, very soon. We've even kicked around the idea of a VINwiki cruise. We get all the storytellers somewhere, hang out, and have some special meet and greet. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen next with Lux Rally Travel. This month of VINwiki Car Stories is brought to you by Bridgestone. We've talked a lot this year about the Potenza range of tires for sports cars and supercars, but what I'm personally most excited about right now is the Jeweler AT Ascent. It is their latest and greatest tire for on-road and off-road capability. I've tried so many tires for my off-road kinds, but this really seems like it's going to be perfect. It's got full-depth interlocking 3D sipes and is their latest and greatest product, so it should give me all the off-road capability and wet and snow and everything else that I want to put it through, as well as much better road manners. So check them out, as well as the whole range of Bridgestone products, to find out what's perfect for your ride at the link in the description below, and look forward to more amazing content on VINwiki from Bridgestone.